Welcome back, Wrestling WWE fans. What unfolded on Raw this week was not just a storyline, not just a clash of egos, but a chilling reminder of how quickly glory can turn into tragedy inside the squared circle. The night began with anticipation. Roman Reigns against Bron Breakker was meant to be a generational battle, the tribal chief testing the raw, unbreakable force of a second-generation powerhouse. Fans expected fireworks, but no one expected the darkness that followed. From the opening bell, there was tension in the air. Roman's cold stare told the story of a man not here to entertain but to destroy. Breakker's fire spoke of a man desperate to carve his own legacy, no matter the cost. The clash of family pride and generational burden filled the arena. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. Alright, we're halfway through, and things are about to take a serious turn. If you thought you knew where this was going, think again, this is where the real drama unfolds. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. What started as a wrestling match soon turned into something far more violent. Roman, usually methodical and patient, unleashed a level of brutality rarely seen since his rise to dominance. The atmosphere shifted. This wasn't about winning, this was about breaking. The betrayal came slowly, like a storm cloud no one saw coming. Many in the locker room believed Roman was there to test Breakker, maybe even to elevate him. Instead, he exposed a darker side, fueled by years of carrying the weight of WWE and now lashing out at the future, threatening to take his spot. Bron fought back with heart, with resilience, with every ounce of power in his body. But Roman's rage was relentless. Each strike landed not just on Bron, but on the belief that WWE's next generation would be allowed to breathe freely in the shadow of the tribal chief. The turning point came when Roman ignored the referee's warnings. He brutalized Bron against the steel steps, against the barricade, against the very symbol of the company's foundation. The crowd fell silent. It wasn't spectacle anymore, it was painful to watch. Backstage officials rushed, but Roman would not stop. The attack continued until Bron Breakker lay motionless. The medical team scrambled, strapping his neck, stabilizing his body. The camera caught the horror on fans' faces. This was real, this was human, and this was terrifying. When news broke that Bron was rushed to the hospital, the tone of the night shifted completely. A wave of grief and disbelief swept through the arena. Fans who had come for entertainment were left in stunned silence, watching a young star's future hang in the balance. This was no longer about Roman Reigns versus Bron Breakker. This was about the cost of ambition, about the hidden scars of a business where pride and pressure can push men past the line of safety and into the territory of destruction. Backstage, whispers turned into outrage. Some veterans shook their heads in sorrow, remembering how careers have ended in moments like this. Others quietly blamed management for letting the match escalate. And some blamed Roman himself, not the character, but the man, for letting anger consume him. For Roman, the fallout is deeper than the boos that will surely follow. This attack revealed a man fractured by years of dominance, years of scrutiny, years of being told he must hold the company together at all costs. It was not the tribal chief we saw, it was a man breaking under pressure. The scandal spread fast. Social media lit up with anger, hashtags demanding accountability, fans questioning whether WWE had gone too far. The image of Bron Breakker strapped to a stretcher, his family reportedly rushing to his side, became the darkest snapshot of the night. And then comes the grief. Bron's father, Rick Steiner, and his uncle, Scott Steiner, have lived this business. They've seen blood, betrayal, and loss. But to see a son, a nephew, broken on live television, that pain cuts deeper than any storyline. In the days that follow, questions will be asked. Did WWE push Roman too far? Did they allow his frustrations with the future to spill into something irreversible? Or was this simply the inevitable collision of ego, pride, and legacy? Roman himself has yet to speak publicly. But sources suggest he left the arena not in triumph, not in satisfaction, but in silence. His family wasn't smiling backstage. His cousins weren't celebrating. The aura of the bloodline felt darker than ever before. And Bron's condition remains uncertain. Hospital reports confirm he sustained severe injuries, though details are being guarded closely. Every fan who watched is left with the same sinking question: will Bron Breakker even be able to continue his career? The locker room feels divided. Some believe Roman crossed an unforgivable line. Others quietly whisper that Bron knew what he was signing up for, stepping into the ring with one of the most ruthless champions in WWE history. But beyond the debates lies a simple truth: a young man now suffers. This is where wrestling stops being just entertainment. This is where the humanity of the performers pierces through the spectacle. Behind the gimmicks, the gear, the promos, are men with families, dreams, and fragile bodies. And when those bodies break, the illusion of invincibility shatters. Death itself has haunted this industry for decades. Too many superstars gone too soon because the business pushed them past the brink. While Bron's fate hangs in uncertainty, the memory of those tragedies casts a heavy shadow over what we witnessed on Raw. Fans wanted Roman Reigns versus Bron Breakker. What they got was a glimpse into the brutal truth of wrestling's cost. Pride and power collided, but only grief and fear remain in the aftermath. Roman may still be the tribal chief, but after this night, his reign feels darker, lonelier, more fragile than ever. Because when you cross the line from competitor to destroyer, you risk not just your opponent's career, but your own legacy. And as for Bron Breakker, the future of WWE, his story now balances on a knife's edge. His resilience is unquestionable, but resilience doesn't guarantee recovery. Sometimes even warriors cannot escape the cruelty of fate. So as we reflect on that fateful night, let us remember this: wrestling is more than belts and victories. It is about the fragile humanity of those who risk everything for our cheers. And sometimes, the price of glory is far too high. In the end, love, loss, loyalty, and legacy are what remain when the lights fade. And after Raw, on August 24th, the world saw all of it, in blood, in silence, and in the haunting image of a young star carried away.